There you go. Can you hear me now? Good morning. I was talking to myself apparently. Good morning, Hannah and Sarah. Good morning, Solomon. Who else do we have here? Rohan's here. Nyla and Olivia are here. Naomi's here. Emily's here. Hey, guys. Hey. Welcome. It's the first week of December. Yeah. I love December. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Because of Christmas, duh. How many of you guys joined me for the first week of Christmas crates? How many of you guys were there? We decorated cookies last week. It was so fun. There's so many of you guys on there. I was like, it was crazy. It was so crazy, but it was so much fun. And I'm so glad that you guys popped on and that we were able to make cookies together, because that's something that we might have done at church. We might have done on a Wednesday night or something like that. We might have like gotten together and done that. But yeah, we couldn't do it. You can come on in, Pastor O'Shea. Pastor O'Shea is trying to help me with the computer because we're having some technical difficulties. Lady Stephanie, are you going to send us the link for the Zoom and Gmail? The link was sent last week to everybody that registered. Everybody that registered got the link last week. And it's the same link every single week. Every single week it's the same link. But I think Leader Abigail will send it again. So hopefully you guys will get it. Good morning, Isaiah. Hi, Annie and Cynthia. Benjamin and Emma are here. Great. The Blackstock family's here. Awesome. So many of you guys were on the Kids Crate with me on Wednesday night. So it was so fun to see you guys and hang out with you guys. Oh, do you want me to go over here? Oh, there it works. Yep, that's perfect. Awesome. Great. Thanks, Pastor O'Shea. He's handy. He's kind of handy, I guess. So anyways, if you didn't jump on with us last Wednesday, don't forget to come out this Wednesday. We're opening our week 2 gift, and week 2 is going to be so much fun. A lot of you guys have siblings that are part of our preschool Christmas crate box. And last week, the Christmas crate for the preschools and the elementaries were the exact same, but they are not the same for week 2. So elementaries, you guys are going to do something different than what the preschools are going to do. And yeah, we're going to do that together on Wednesday. If you're in preschool, you're going to do it with me on Monday afternoon. And if you're in elementary, then you're going to do it Wednesday night. And it's a fun time. I can't lie. I had so much fun. I loved seeing you guys, and it was so good. Steph, my dad asked me to tell you what was the elementary Christmas box because my dad missed it. Oh, the Christmas crates. They are, how do you explain it? It's a box of gifts, and there's 4 gifts inside the Christmas crate. And every single week we're jumping on Zoom and we're opening up a gift. So every single week we're opening one up. So last week we opened one. This week we'll open one. And then for the next 3 weeks, we'll open them leading up until December. Unfortunately, we have no more elementary boxes left. All 100 elementary boxes were registered for. People were really, really excited for it. But Rachel, if you didn't get a chance to register, did you not? You didn't register for Rebecca or for yourself. If that's the case, do we have junior high boxes left? We have junior high boxes left, Rachel. So if you and Rebecca wanted to pick them up today, you could pick them up today. You could pick up 2 junior high. There's no more elementary. So Rachel, you wouldn't be able to be with me, but you'd be with Pastor O'Shea. But you can pick them up today. You could pick up 2 junior high boxes and do it with the junior highs. But the junior highs are meeting this afternoon at 1:00. So if you wanted that box and you wanted to participate in week 1 with the junior highs, you have to get here before 1:00 so you can jump online with the kids. It's up to you. You let me know if it works, but I'm not sure. Anyways, guys, I have the countdown. It's ready to go. Do you guys want me to do the countdown? And then we'll look at our theme. Let's do that. Let's get into the let's get into it. Let's get into our normal routine, and then we'll go from there. Okay. Here we go. Okay, guys, so this is, I'm going to jump on here. Oh, hello? Hello? Can you see me? There we go. Hey, this is our theme for the month, Simply Christmas. No assembly required. Basically meaning we don't have to get together. We don't have to see each other face to face in order to celebrate Christmas and celebrate what God did for us during Christmas. And a lot of us know that Christmas is about the birth of our Savior, Jesus. So we're going to be looking at that this week and, well, technically really this month. So let us take a look at the theme for this month. Christmas, celebrating Jesus, God's greatest gift. God gave us a lot of different gifts, doesn't he? He gave us our family. He gave us this beautiful country. He gave us this beautiful world. He gave us beaches and snowflakes. But the biggest gift of all that he gave you and me was Jesus. He sent his one and only son on earth to die for you and for me. Now, I don't know about you, but that's a pretty awesome gift, a gift that I could never pay back. And I don't have to, because Jesus's love has bridged that gap between me and God. And so that is a pretty big deal. And it's a pretty awesome gift. So we're going to talk about that cool gift this whole month. I see that a couple other people logged on. Hi, Finley McCormack, Abigail and Lucas are here. Good morning. I see Esther and Hannah are here. Andre's here. Good morning, guys. Awesome to have you. So, guys, I have the haggis video. It's a new haggis video, and we love the haggis videos. So I thought that we would watch the haggis video, and then we're going to go right into our teaching time. And out of our teaching time, I promised you guys that we were going to do a scavenger hunt. So we have to save enough time to do the scavenger hunt. So that means that we all got to focus so then we can come back and do the scavenger hunt, okay? So let's get focused. If the videos are on, that means the chat is closed, right? Right. So we're not going to use the chat unless we have questions about the story or other things like that. Then you can use the chat. But if not, then we're not using the chat right now, and we're just going to focus on the story. Okay, Rachel, I see. Oh, Steph, my dad said he will pick up the boxes today before the call at 1. Okay, great. That's great. Rachel, I will email, you know what? I'll get Pastor O'Shea to email your dad so they can figure out a time so your dad can message Pastor O'Shea that he's here, okay? So you guys can pick up the boxes. Okay, so guys, get all your jitters out. Get all your your little typing jitters out, because we're going to focus now. The chat is officially closed. All right, let's go.
I'm MC Haggis, and this year is my beatboxing partner, Seamus McFamous. Give him a sample, Seamus. Oh, yeah, Seamus is showing us that it's Christmas time. And this month's Life app is Christmas. Celebrating Jesus, God's greatest gift. Yeah. And you know, the Haggis and McFamous clans are having a Christmas get-together for the first time ever. Can you believe that, Seamus? Oh, that's right. It's going to be great because both clans have the same Christmas traditions. For instance, decorations. Yeah, always going to go get those decorations there. They're beautiful. Yeah, if they're anything like mine, they're gorgeous. Yeah. Wonderful. They're what is this? Aye. No. Those aren't decorations. That's just clutter. Look. This is the Haggis clan Christmas decorations. Ooh. Huh? Look at that, doesn't it? Here, look. Put a candy cane right here on the tree. Look at that. Doesn't that just fill you with Christmas spirit? Hey. No, what do you mean, no? This is all you need. No, you don't need any of that. Christmas is about those things that are just simple. No, that's not simple. That's a lot of... No, you're not long... All right. Then what about Christmas food? What you got? See, now that's just excessive, all right? Here is the Haggis clan's Christmas dinner. Ooh, corn dogs and tater tots. You can't be serious about all that slop. I wouldn't even feed that to my pigs. Turn that away. This is traditional foods. No way, I wouldn't even feed that to the sheep. No, the sheep. No, you're ridiculous. Did you just throw a carrot at me? Aye. A tater for a carrot. Oh, yeah? No, I don't even know it. No, Seamus, don't you dare. You do that and... Corn dog. Ah! Corn dog! No! Ah, no! What are you doing? No! Get out of here! No! All right. Enough of this. This is ridiculous. First of all, you had way more ammunition than I did. Hey. Yeah. Note to self, next year, get food that sticks. Look at that. Second, this has nothing to do with what Christmas is all about. Do you know what Christmas is all about? I'll tell you what Christmas is all about. Lights, please. Kick it, Seamus. God loves us so he sent his son, Jesus, who's the Holy One. He came to earth to set us free. That's more important than a goofy tree. Word. That's what Christmas is all about, Seamus. Aye. It's not such a bad little tree after all. Maybe it just needs a little love. A Christmas corn dog. That's good.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Jacob, and if you didn't know by the festive decor behind me, the holidays are upon us. We've got garlands, tree ornaments, tree stars, candy canes. Oh, whoa, that is one big present. I wonder who it's for. To Jacob. That's me. I got a present. Who's got a present? I'm got a present. But before I tear into this bad boy, let me tell you what we're talking about today. It's simple. We're talking about Christmas! Christmas is celebrating Jesus, God's greatest gift. Everybody likes gifts, am I right? Especially when they're all wrapped up with a big bow on top. Let's see what I got. Oh man, I hope it's something cool, like a new pair of shoes. Or I hope it's like one of those headphones that cancel out all other noises. Cool. No, I hope it's a little puppy, like a basset hound. Then I could put a little hat on top of them and we can solve mysteries together, dude. What do you think, my dear Watson? Is the game afoot or is it afoot? Yeah, that's what I hope. Okay, no, this is what I hope. I hope that it's a trunk full of cash. Then I can buy whatever I want for Christmas. You know something? Hope it's a really cool thing. It can be like the light in the darkness. Today's story is about a time that may have seemed pretty dark, but then God gave his people something to hope for. I can't wait to see what's inside, but I'm gonna wait. Patience is a virtue, Jacob. See you in a few.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how he created us and loves us so much that he made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 6.
Jess stared out the window at the ice beating down. Every holiday plan for the weekend had been canceled. And to top it off, the school had just released Jess's most recent grades.
A D in language arts? What happened, Jess?
I don't know.
You're such a good storyteller.
I can't make all the words work out when I try to write it down. Can I go play Mindstorm?
Hun, you need to read for an hour first.
An hour? I thought it was 30 minutes.
Your teacher and I talked. We think a little more reading time will help.
Jess glared.
I don't have anything to read.
You've got an entire bookshelf in your room.
Those are little kid books.
Then look at Emma's bookshelf.
Emma was Jess's older sister, already in high school.
Fine, whatever.
Jess stalked upstairs to Emma's room and peeked inside. The room was empty, but everything was neatly organized. Emma had even done all of the colorful artwork on her own walls.
Miss Perfect.
Jess sighed. Everything seemed to come easily to Emma. Writing, math, friends, life.
I'll probably be stuck in 5th grade for the rest of my life.
Jess stood in front of Emma's bookshelf, running her finger over the thick spines. At last, a swirl of color on the bottom shelf caught her eye.
Comic book Bible.
Jess thumped down onto the floor and pulled the book off the shelf. She flipped it open, and color exploded off the page.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth.
The images of creation were vivid and detailed, as if she were right there.
Pretty cool.
Jess found herself drawn into the familiar stories, seeing and hearing them in a brand new way. Moses and the Red Sea, the fall of Jericho, David and Goliath, Esther boldly approaching the king, David's incredible poetry in the Psalms.
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want.
After the Psalms, though, Jess paged into unfamiliar territory.
Isn't Daniel in the lion's den around here somewhere? Who's this guy?
Jess stared at a man with a long white beard, using a quill to scribble on a scroll.
A child will be born to us. A son will be given to us. He will rule over us, and he will be called Wonderful Advisor and Mighty God. He will also be called Father who lives forever, and Prince who brings peace.
Hey! Jess nearly dropped the book. She glanced up to see Emma standing in the doorway.
What are you doing in my room?
Mom said I could pick a book.
Well, ask next time, okay?
I didn't touch anything.
Okay, it's fine.
Emma settled down on the floor beside Jess and took a look at the book.
Aunt Chris gave me this book when I started high school.
It's pretty cool. I mean, until this part. It's kind of hard to make a guy writing a letter exciting.
Jess pointed out Mr. Whitebeard.
Oh, you mean Isaiah?
Who's he talking about? Jesus?
Yeah, but it's way more amazing when you look at the big picture. You see, God's people were in big trouble. Over and over, the Israelites promised to love and obey God. And then every single time, they turned their backs on him.
Turn their backs? Like how?
Well, they'd start praying to false gods like other nations around them, trying to do things their own way. So God allowed them to be captured by other nations.
Emma flipped back, showing images of battles, powerful foreign kings, groups of captives.
The Israelites got in really big trouble. Things looked hopeless.
So God just ditched them.
No way. Every single time, God showed he was still with them. He sent kings who loved God, like David and Solomon and Josiah. And he sent prophets like Elijah and Isaiah to speak God's truth and hope to the people.
Even though they totally messed up.
Yep. Through it all, God promised that he was going to send someone who would rescue them forever.
Jess flipped back to Isaiah and read slowly.
A child will be born to us, a son will be given to us. He will rule over us.
That's only one prophecy. There are hundreds of prophecies in the Old Testament that talk about Jesus coming.
Jess nodded, trying to take it in.
That's a lot of promises.
And God came through. The Israelites had to wait a long time, but God kept every single one of those promises when he sent Jesus to live on earth.
His very own son.
Oh, little town of Bethlehem and all that. You can take the book if you want.
Emma tapped the comic book Bible. Jess smiled.
Does God promise that I'll get a better grade in language arts?
No, but he does promise to be with you and give you the patience and courage you need to keep working on it.
They both listened to the ice rattling against the window.
Hey, you want to play Mindstorm?
Sure, just let me read a little more first.
Emma gave a thumbs up, and Jess settled back down to keep reading. She paged forward to the book of Luke, eager to see for herself again how God had delivered on his promise to send a savior.
Okay, so hundreds of years before the very first Christmas, it felt like God's people were in the dark. They dealt with bad kings and wars with other nations. They'd been taken captive and removed from their homes. They needed help. They needed hope. You may not know exactly what that's like, but you've probably been through a dark day or two. Trouble at home, trouble at school, trouble in the world. Sometimes you need a little hope to get you through it, to help you cancel out the noise. Well, the good news for God's people hundreds of years ago turned out to be good news for us too. God promised through Isaiah that he would send a baby who would one day save the world. And around 700 years later, God kept his promise when Jesus was born. Listen, if it takes you or me 700 years to keep a promise, that probably wouldn't be too cool. God's different. He's been here forever, and he'll be here forever. So 700 years is like, sometimes with hope, there's a little waiting involved. One thing's for sure though, when God makes a promise, he keeps it. So when things are dark, know that God promised to send us a savior. When you're lonely, know that God promises he'll always be with you. When you're sad or hurting, know that God promises that there's going to come a day when there will be no more pain and no more sadness. Isn't that something to hope for? So here's the one thing to remember today. We can have hope because God keeps his promises. That's a little gift of hope for you this Christmas. Oh yeah, my present. Let's see what we've got. Ugh. Do not open till Christmas. Oh man, looks like I'm gonna be hoping for a couple more weeks. It's definitely not a puppy. I'll see you next time.
We can have hope because God keeps his promises. Isn't that awesome? I see that you guys are already in the chat room. That it's so true. It's such an awesome story that we can see. And we can see that the prophecies, the things were written hundreds of years before Jesus was born, was written so that we knew that we were going to have a savior, that God was going to keep his promises. Even though things were really, really rough back then, he had a plan that he was going to send Jesus and it was going to be okay in the end. And he always keeps his promises. And we can have hope because we know that. And one of the perfect examples of that is him giving us Jesus. He literally gave his son so that he could keep his promise. And that's such a cool, it's so awesome that we belong to a God that loves us that much and will honestly keep his promises. Because I don't know about you guys, but I have some friends that will say, oh yeah, I promise I'm going to come over. I'm going to come over next week. Promise. And then they just don't come over, or they make other plans, or they say, oh, something came up, I can't make it. And normally I'm not upset. I'm like, okay, no worries. I understand. It's okay. But God will never do that. He'll never say something and then not do it. He's always going to do it. And it doesn't always look the way that we want it to look. Because I could say, God, you promised that every all and good and faithful things are going to come from you. Like you are not a God, like you're a God of love, and all those things are true. But we live in a world that God is in this world, but there are things that happen in this world that aren't of God. And sometimes we think that those things are because of God, but it's just not how it works. We have a God that promises that he's going to care for us. So every time that we feel cared for, we know that that's God. And we know that he's keeping his promise. And one of the best ways that he's kept his promise was giving us Jesus at Christmas time. What a great gift. Let's look at our theme again. Dun, 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 dun. Christmas, celebrating Jesus, God's greatest gift. And that is what we will continue to learn about this month. Now, guys, I said I was going to make a video of the memory verses, but none of you guys sent in your memory verse videos. I have from Olivia and Nyla, I have from Dylan and Victory, and I have from, there was someone else. There was someone else that sent in a video, and Olivia Nyla, Dylan and Victory. Maya and Carissa, they sent in their video. But I need more videos. I need you guys doing our memory verse. You guys remember what it is? It starts like this. Psalms 136, verse 1. Okay, send in those videos. I want to see them so I can put a compilation together so we can make a video and we can show everybody, all right? So we're going to do that. We're going to make that video. We're going to practice it one more week before we look at a new memory verse, okay? And this memory verse that we're going to look at next week, the new one is a really, really awesome one. And it's one that we really should commit to a memory. Cool? Cool. All right, I know you're all waiting. Let me see where my gifts are. Oh, I don't have them here. Huh. 1 second, I'm gonna go get some gifts and then we're gonna do the scavenger hunt. Okay, let me see. Yes, and yes. I think these are gonna be them. Okay, I've got the gifts here. And as promised, I said last week we would do 2 gifts. So there's gonna be 2 winners. First person is gonna get this game of Jenga. Well, you get a choice. If you're first place, you get to choose. You get to pick Jenga or Candyland. What a great way to spend the holidays with games. I love board games. So you get to pick one of these board games. If you're the winner, chicken dinner. I think Candyland would be my favorite. I love Candyland. It's one of my favorite board games, but I love Jenga too. Okay, so are you guys ready? Let me put in my email here. Oh, if it starts working. EPHANIE@onechurch.to. Perfect. Leader Stephanie, what about Jesus' second coming? Yeah, that's a good question. When will Jesus come again? What's the second coming? Oh, what about his second coming? So the second coming is I'm going to talk about that really briefly. Oh, we're running out of time. Okay, guys, I'm going to talk about Jesus' second coming next week, okay? Because that's a really good question. And we've got lots of questions about that. What does it look like? When is he coming back? Like, should I be ready? Should I pack in my bags to go up to heaven with him? Good question. I love when you guys are asking these questions. So hold off. I'm going to answer those questions. I'm going to answer that question next week, and we can talk a little bit about it next week. I just don't want to rush it, and next week we can have a little bit more time to talk about it. Cool? Okay, I'll remember. I'll make a note. Actually, I'll get Leader Abigail to make a note for me because she always helps me remember all these things. Okay, are you guys ready? You got my email, so all you got to do is send an email of the picture of the scavenger hunt things that you have. Okay. All right. So, drum roll, please. Send. Enter. Dun, 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 dun. There it is. Ooh, there's 5 things. Okay, a sweater, a water bottle, something with 3 colors, something related to Christmas, and something that makes you happy. A sweater, a water bottle, something with 3 colors, something that reminds you of Christmas, and something that makes you happy. Go, 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 go! All right. That's a tricky one. Good job, Leader Abigail. Abigail makes that list, and that one is a good one. I try, but it will not go. I can't play. It never works. Oh, Kaylin, why doesn't it work? Is it because of the camera? All right, I'm waiting. Oh, I think I got some people. I got a sweater, a water bottle, something with 3 colors. Christmas. Okay. Yep. Okay, I got a winner from, let me see. From Ethan and Layla. Leela? Ethan and Leah, I think. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Leanne. I know Leanne. Ethan and Leanne. Woo! You guys are the winners. And the second person was, let me make sure that he's got everything in there. The second person is James. Great job, James. So, Ethan and Leanne, which one would you like? You guys can have this one or this one. And then James, you get the second choice. Great job, guys. Yay! Awesome. Which one would you guys like? Ethan and Leanne. Okay, Ethan and Leanne want Candyland. That means, James, you're getting Jenga. Woo! Awesome. All right, guys. I got to run. Junior high's got to jump online. Love you all, and I will see you guys. If you're in preschool, I'll see you tomorrow. And if you're in elementary, I'll see you on Wednesday. Don't forget, Kids Crate's coming. Look at Pastor O'Shea just creeping in the back. Okay, bye, guys. Love you all. See you later. You're so creepy.
Yeah.